Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, and I looked the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway, knew I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be drunk.
Hey Internet, Dracofunk here, and welcome back to my Reusable Space program. It's been like a minute, but we are back, and we are currently in orbit of the Mun, and I kind of forgot where I was at, so I had to look around the save and realize that Enterprise Station is really low on fuel, and I should probably start by just getting fuel there. And I'm trying to see where we're at and just get caught up. I'm not going to get into why it's been so long, just that it has. Also, this is my third attempt to record a voiceover for this. I have made errors in editing. Somehow at one point some of the footage was reversed. I don't know how that happened. And then last try I did the whole voiceover and realized that my microphone had been muted the entire time. So here we are again. Anyway, I am landing, and I'm going to do all my mining, and I realized that in Enterprise Station it is basically there is no liquid fuel on the station at all, but it's full of oxidizer. That landing was a little hard. I'm a little bit on a hill, but that's okay. I'm going to skip over all the fun days and days of mining and filling up everything, accidentally getting too much oxidizer. As you can see, I only meant to get about 5,000 units, and I have almost 9. That's okay. It'll just be what it is. I don't remember the names of any of the ships. But I have had a look around. The station in orbit of Kerbin, Enterprise Station, is there. There are a couple ships there, one of the space buses, the little utility craft, the Manly, which is the exploration ship, is there currently. The old mining ship, which I still don't know what I'm going to do with. I feel like eventually I will send it to Jewel or Drez to use as some sort of just surface landing ship. This is the Mun station here, the tanker's there, the surface lander. And this ship kind of lives there when it's not doing its mining runs. It takes about 2 mining trips to fill the tanker up, which I apparently had done 1 last. So this one will be enough to have the tanker filled, and I can send it back to Kerbin. I also have a station in orbit of Minmus, but it does not have a mining ship. I've lost 2 mining ships. One kind of shook itself mostly apart, and in story it was repaired, and it's actually this ship. And this is the ship that was supposed to go to Minmus, but the one that was originally in orbit of the moon accidentally exploded. I'm not sure how. Or why. But here we are, we're coming up to the station, a little bit far away, but nothing too outlandish. So I was going to try and keep some of the in-game audio, and I thought it was just recording the game audio, but there was another episode of Highway 47 I was editing in the background, and it also captured all of that audio. I should mention that I'm doing all this on a new computer. Thank you, Scrodrick, by the way. But all my settings are a little different, and yeah, I don't remember which episode it was. It was either Dark Phoenix or Shaolin Soccer, which will come out probably much later than this. But I think this will come out the first Friday in September? Or maybe Monday. I forget what day these come out. Nope, not the first Monday in September. That would be today. And I guess I could actually get it out by the 5 o'clock time. We'll see. If this came out on a Friday, I did not have it come out on a Monday. But we like to joke that we are recording in the now on all the Highway 47 things, but we're like weeks ahead. Sometimes over a month ahead. There we are. We're all dancing and shaking around. Let's fix that. And now do all the fun fuel transfers. The first thing I always try to do is make sure the mining ship is filled back up so I know how much fuel I have left over to transfer to the tanker and the holding tanks on the station. And I'm going to speed this up like to 8 times because it's really boring and tedious work. And I kind of wish there was only one. Like I only had to hit one button to transfer fuel over, but that's okay. There's probably some mod that'll do exactly what I want, but I don't know what it is. If you know of that mod, let me know. Let's see. I'm just getting everything transferred over, and as soon as that's done, the tanker right there can fly to Kerbin. It is ready to go. So actually what happens at this point is I go and shut down the computer and I restart it later and come up and do another episode. There was a really quick crossfade there. And here is the tanker. I designed this tanker I wanted it to look kind of, I didn't want it to look pretty or streamlined. I wanted it to be like a working spaceship. And I think, well, I don't dislike it. It did not turn out exactly how I really wanted it to. And I redesigned the tanker for Duna, and I kind of like it better, but from this point on, I think I'm going to go and use the space trucks. And we'll talk about the space trucks more later. But let's go ahead and talk about what I'm going to do this season. The big thing I want to do is expand on the space trucks. I have 2 right now. I have 8 of them designed, and I want to build a kind of like a truck stop in space for the space trucks. I'll probably name it after one of the like big major truck stop chains like Love's, or I forget what the other one is. I'm thinking of putting in a 125 or 150 kilometer orbit, and that's where all the space trucks will kind of live. And the narrative behind the space trucks are they're really freelance commercial space vehicles, so they can't go to any system where there isn't a fuel depot set up. So anywhere in the Kerbin system's fine for now, and Duna is set up so they can go there. But the next couple systems I want to set up are Eve, and I want to put a small outpost around Dres. Everybody always forgets about Dres. And in fact, I can't remember if I've been to Dres or not. I know I've been to Eve, but the first big thing I'm going to do is go ahead and build that truck stop and get the other 6 space trucks into orbit and basically help haul the pieces and tanks for the truck stop into orbit, and the space trucks will take over the fuel tanker operations, mainly between Minmus and Kerbin. And I also want to go ahead and get space stations set up in orbit of Eve. I'm not ready. I don't know yet, I should say, how I'm going to do a planetary mission to Eve. Eve ascent vehicles are hard, and doing one that's reusable is very difficult, and I don't yet know. All the ones I've seen done are done by people kind of cheating. And I tried to build one around the airship mod, but I never got it to actually work the way I really wanted it to. So I don't know. I need to go look and see how some other people have made it work. I know a couple people have done Eve SSTOs, and that is really the only way I can think of to do it. I also think that if I'm getting the space truck, kind of the commercial aspect of the reusable space program up and running, it's time to get the tourist part of the reusable space program going. And I have some ideas around there, kind of like a destination space station in orbit of Kerbin, the Mun, Minmus, maybe like a resort on the surface of the Mun and Minmus, like a party rover, even like a little small party rover on Kerbin. Which would mean there'd have to be regular trips, a space tourist rocket, even a space cruise ship that will do regular cruises. But here we are, we have arrived at Enterprise Station, and you can see all the ships docked there. The Manly, which is at the docking port opposite where we're going to put the tanker. The space bus is there, the little utility vehicle, the old mining craft, which I'm still not sure exactly what I'm going to do with. I do plan on setting up the drill system as well. But I think the next big project is Eve. Ooh. So to control this, you have to control it from that front docking port, and I kind of forgot that. I wanted to do like a cool view from the Kerbins in the cockpit, and I forgot that it would turn out bad. I'm going to go ahead and skip over all the fun fuel transferring here back at Enterprise Station, but we'll come up to the next episode, and I have some more utility missions to do, and then we'll start getting into the fun stuff. Thanks for watching, and come back and see us again soon.